Welcome back. I'm Matthew Alexander, and today I'm here with a story. Don't worry, there'll be a tip at the end of this, but I want to talk about trends. Now, personally, when it comes to historical trends, it's something that's really hard for me to judge when deciding if I'm going to put that trend into my algorithm. Generally speaking, any trend has to have a sample size of over 100 for me to even consider looking at it. But there are a few exceptions. Here's an example of the type of trend I don't like. Now, statistics, as we know, are pretty much data with a soul. And you can make statistics really show anything. I can remember specifically being in a sports book down in Mexico one day, and an older man came up to me who had obviously been betting for years and years, but was obviously a recreational bettor. He came up to me with piles and piles of statistical trends on over-unders for the NFL. He showed me some trend about San Diego and Kansas City, and when they meet, that the under has never hit when it's 40 points or something like that. And to me, that's just cherry picking statistics to make a story. And as bettors, of course, we want to justify our bets, and that's the way he justified his. But with that said, I was able to point out a couple different statistics on his trend book, and I was able to come up with an equally compelling story on why he should take the over. So with all that said, I'm going to give you 3 trends today that I actually do like following, specifically in college football, that I actually use in my algorithm and have proven to be winners. Number 1, bet on winning coaches. The Nick Sabans and the David Shaws in the world. There's a reason that they have extremely high winning percentages, not just in overall games, but against the spread. Some of that has to do with their philosophy on not letting up on the gas when they're up. Some of that has to do with public perception, but there's definitely a winning strategy to betting on to coaches that have a high winning percentage against the spread in college football. Tip number 2. Now, we all know that underdogs are often the favorite pick of sharp bettors, but equally important is the actual team that's being bet. In fact, since 2013, the 5 most profitable teams and the 5 teams that have the best record against the spread in college football are Temple, Navy, Colorado State, Duke, and Marshall. These teams have consistently covered over half a decade, and there's a reason why. And that reason's pretty simple. The people who set the line, they know these teams. They know them really well. Meanwhile, the betting public, they know more and know the relative quality of well-known teams. So just remember, there's a ton of quality hidden in those mid-major teams that are less frequently bet. Tip number 3, bet against certainty. This is what we do in the offseason because we love football so much and we can't get enough of it. We convince ourselves, we analyze, we talk about, we listen to, we dialogue all about the teams that we like, and we convince ourselves that it's USC's year, that it's Nebraska's year, and in doing so, we inflate the line as a general public. Early season in college football, underdogs, general rule of thumb, a great way to make a profitable September. And that's 3 tips and trends for college football for the day. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow us tomorrow as we give you more value upon college football just around the corner.